Hi, my friends. Would you like to live a more confident, passionate life? The best life in 2026? In today's video, I'm talking about passions, leading a passionate life, and becoming more confident, less self-conscious, just feeling better about yourself. And who doesn't want to do that, especially during this month of love? Hi, I'm Bonnie Overman. I want to thank you for joining me today. I hope my channel will inspire you to lead a more productive, creative, and stylish life at any age, always on a budget. You know, I'm going to be 75 this year, and I just say it because if I can do it, I know you can do it too at any age. I have confidence in you. I want to thank all my wonderful friends, all my dear sweet subscribers that take the time to watch my videos and comment. You really touch my heart. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. You don't want to miss a different theme every month. And then I do decor and tables and paper crafts around that theme. And I do a couple projects every single month and invite you to do the same. And if you like this, please give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. Okay. Let's talk about passion. I think passion, if I was to say in your life, besides family and friends, is something that brings you great joy when you do it. It could be so many things, but it makes you feel happy. It's a de-stressor. It's all good vibes. It's not anything bad or beating yourself up on. Let's talk about that for a minute. So before I get into confidence, I want to talk about passion. Let me tell you some of mine. YouTube. You guys, I don't get paid for this. I don't make any money at all, but I love doing it. Paper crafting, decorating for the seasons, doing tablescaping competitions. Remember, I'm doing 3 this year. I can't believe it. I'm a little nuts. Halloween fun, flowers and nature, parties, events. And I love making memories. I just think it's so much fun. But you might have other passions that you're just not really fulfilling. That could be cooking, knitting, painting, gardening, sports, music, could be all kinds of things. Now, you might say, well, I'm too old to learn that, or it costs too much money, or I don't have time. If you love it, make time for it. If you love it, don't spend too much and keep it small to start with. And you can always carve out 15 minutes to a half hour a day to do something that brings you joy, or even once a week. Because all of you have talents, and you probably have talents I don't have. I don't garden well, and I'm okay with it. It's okay. If you try something and you really don't like it, it's okay. Just move on. Don't beat yourself up. Find something you love. I tried gardening. I tried knitting and crocheting. Hate both of them because they're precise things and I don't do things precisely. But I'm okay with it. I'm not going to beat myself up because I don't garden like everybody else. So what sabotages doing your passion? Well, procrastination's one of them because we have so many other things going on and excuses. If you deep down don't want to do things, you might be raising children or grandchildren right now, and you might just not have the time period, and you're working and trying to do everything else. I would still say, take some time on the weekend to craft with your kids or your grandkids. Even if it's something you do with others, it's still fine. I watched a video the other day, and it just rang true to me. She said, a lot of times we don't get to doing what we want to do, and we get overwhelmed because we have too many tabs open on our computer. In other words, too many tabs open in our life. Are you like that? I am. I start a project over here and I don't, oh, I want to do this project over here, and I start that one. Pretty soon I've got 10 projects going. I realize now I get so overwhelmed I don't finish any of them. And that brings me anxiety. That makes me not want to do things I love to do because I've got too many unfinished projects. So if you can go through, do the one you really want to do or have to do, get it done and wrap it up. Then start the next one. That's what I'm trying to do in my organization also. One project at a time, one passion at a time. I think it's so important. A lot of people all the time say, oh, you should multitask, do lots of different things. I say no. I say that is what gets us in these problems of having all these open tabs, unfinished business, unfinished projects that can take away from our passion and us doing the things. And the last thing I want to say about passion is, if you try it he said, I used to love to play the piano, maybe go take some lessons. I don't like that anymore. I don't want to put all the time into practicing to play the piano to play it. It's okay. Move on to something else. Maybe you'd like to sing or cook or do something else. And there's no excuse because you can learn everything on the internet these days. All right, I'm going to talk about confidence now. I'm going to talk about, because confidence has to do with passion. Sometimes we don't do our passions because we're not confident enough. But what is confidence? Relying or trusting yourself, appreciation of one's abilities and qualities, self-reliance, self-assurance. It's all about us. Self. Okay? It's how we feel about ourselves. Now, yes, we might have incoming comments or input, but you don't have to go with any of those feelings if people are saying. Let me tell you how I started out. I started out as a fat, tall kid with glasses. So you can imagine how much teasing I got when I was little. So I went from being that type of a kid to that kind of a teenager. I did slim out a little bit, but then there was acne and, high school is just so hard. And I got so self-conscious. I didn't want to get up and talk in front of anybody, didn't want to stand out, just so nervous to the point of making myself sick. But I was a stay-at-home mom at one time. I went back to work for a little bit and I got divorced. And now all of a sudden I had no income. I had no help from my ex-husband to raise my son. I had to do it. And I was working part-time at that time, but working at a job that I worked till 9 o'clock at night. And I had to do something drastic. And a job came along, outside sales for an optical company, very famous one. They sell Verilux lenses. And I now had to go cold calling into doctors' offices, get through the receptionist, to get to the optician, to get to the doctor, and I had to be able to talk about optics with the doctor. I was terrified. That was one part of my job. Another part of my job was doing daily seminars in the offices for a group of maybe 5 people, and seminars to almost 100 people. And I was scared to death. I was having a really hard time. I was really struggling. And I want to tell you about 2 parts of this. One is how I learned to deal with it and turn it around. And the other is how I learned to speak and do public speaking. And this will help you, even if you don't do it. If you have to stand up at church and say something, or get up at your job and do a review, or you have to, anytime, or you go to a party, you don't know anybody, I'm going to give you tips that will help you not be self-conscious, but be confident. And you're going to appear confident because you are going to take the focus off of yourself. When I would go in these offices, I would be so nervous and so scared. And when you're like that, I realized you don't smile, you're fidgety, you're not engaging and open. And people take that as you're not a nice person. I mean, this was really important for me to see because I now could see other people that I called on that were also very shy, but that's how they came across. And I worked with a couple really good reps. And I said to them, how do you come in here? You're so at ease and calm and you're so friendly. They said, that's the whole point. You take the focus off of yourself and put it totally on somebody else. So if you take the mirror, you take it away from yourself and turn it over to them, and now you're interested in them. Now you're asking questions about them. Now you're smiling and friendly towards them because it's not about you anymore. I took my whole, they used to always say in sales, cover your belly button, but I took my whole emotional part out of it because I wanted to meet new people and meet friends and get in to meet the optician and talk to her because I was an ex-optician, and talk to the doctor. Okay? So it's taking the focus from yourself and putting it on someone else. If you're at a party, you don't know anybody, ask them questions. Open-end questions, by the way. Sales has helped me so much because you don't just go, oh, do you like this? Yes or no. No, what do you think about this? Oh, where did you meet so-and-so? And how did you get to know so-and-so? And did you work with so-and-so here in the, in the state, or did you live somewhere else? Or these open-end questions. And people love it. They will think you're the nicest person ever because you're asking, you're interested in them. That's the key. First key. The second key is If you have to get up and talk or speak or have conversation, make sure you're knowledgeable about things. Try to keep up with things if you can on both sides. And that's all I'm going to say. But try to keep up with things so at least you know. Do not talk about politics or religion, but keep it about other things. That's why when you have passions, you can always talk about that. Oh, do you have any hobbies? Oh my gosh, you do paper crafting. You know what I'm saying? This is the way to do it. So number one, take the focus off yourself and put it on somebody else. Okay. Number two, you're going to be knowledgeable to have conversations with people and have some questions in your mind when you go to a party and you don't know somebody. And number three is the most important thing, and it's how you carry your body. Now, let me explain. I was trained in doing seminars by somebody that got paid almost $12,000 to go speak for a couple hours. Okay. So this person was so good. They filmed me with no training and I had to get up and talk about myself. And here I am holding my arm, fidgeting, grinding my heel in the floor, rocking back and forth with the fig leaf, you know, the whole thing, going back and forth. And then they film me afterwards. So what did I do? What did I learn that works so good? Whether you're at a party and you don't know anybody and you want to come across as somebody that's calm and assured. Okay, here's what it is. When you stand, when you're addressing anybody, stand like your bottom part of your body's like a tree trunk and you got roots in the ground, feet slightly apart, balanced weight, and you don't rock, you don't move your feet, you don't do anything, you stand very still. Keep your upper body very loose. And don't do this and don't, all this stuff. Keep your hands at your side as much as you can and talk with your hands when you need to encourage things. If you do, I do. I always talk with my hands. And then if you're speaking and you need to go to the other part of the stage, walk over and then resituate the bottom part of your body. You feel so calm and confident when you do this, and it comes across. So if you're at a party, if you do this, if you join a group and do this and ask questions and you're not fidgeting, think about this. If somebody gets up to talk, and I've seen people do this, they're so nervous. They make you so uncomfortable. You can't even look at them when they're grabbing their arm and they're looking at the floor. Have eye contact. Be, still and do very slow movements and ask questions, and you are going to be the belle of whatever you're doing. They're going to say, what a great speaker. It is awesome. So whether you have a job or you're at church or you're in a group or a club or whatever, we have to do these things sometimes. And I'm telling you, it really, really helps. Again, take the focus off yourself, put it on the other person, be knowledgeable about most general things and the current things, and make sure that you stand calmly with confidence. And it's so good. And once you get so confident, you go, I'm going to go learn to play piano. That's what I'm going to do. But I think these two things, passion and confidence, they're so intertwined and so close with each other. I hope this helps. The job that I had, almost 40 years ago, really changed my life. It made me feel good about myself. I learned how to deal with stressful things. I learned how to do speaking. And it made all the opportunities that came up for me just a piece of cake and so good. Anyway, I hope you love this. I hope I helped you a little bit. But go lead a passionate life. Go get confident and have your best year in 2026. And I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.